Marvel continues to show why they're creatively bankrupt when it comes to Spider Man. I'll explain why in just a second, but before I do, welcome to Studio Jake. This is my vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, share it out to all your friends. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscriptions. If you help me out by clicking that subscribe button, that would be fantastic. Thank you in advance. All right, so diving right into this topic. I'm a frequent critic in the direction that Marvel Comics is going with their characters, in particular Spider-Man. They don't seem to know what to do with him. And guess guess what? I have even more evidence of this. We're going to get another evil Spider-Man. Oh my gosh. We got evil Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse events. We've gotten Ben Riley as Spider-Man possessed by Carnage. We've gotten Peter Parker possessed by the Black Suit. We've seen Spider-Man get mentally taken over and turning evil. We've seen Dr. Octopus taking over Peter Parker's body and becoming the superior Spider-Man. We've seen Matt Gargan pose as Spider-Man during the Dark Avengers. But that's not even enough for Marvel. So this is what's happening. So the Amazing Spider-Man got rebooted again. So now they're at issue number 23. This is according to Screen Rant. Now, in the Amazing Spider-Man number 32 by Zeb Wells, Patrick Gleason, Marcio Menez, and VC's Joe Caramagna, Kraven the Hunter resurfaces as a key ingredient in the Queen Goblin. Oh yeah, Norman Osborn is reformed, so he's a hero now called the Gold Goblin. So the new bad is, of course, a woman called the Queen Goblin. In the Queen Goblin's vengeance scheme, hell-bent on surpassing his greatest hunt, which he plans to do so by defeating Spider-Man's greatest foe and turning Spidey into him. So, by the way, this is a another clone. Kraven the Hunter, I guess the real one, was killed by this clone. Okay. Kraven the Hunter has been killed like 4 or 5 times. It's absolutely ridiculous. Another obvious creative bankrupt. So basically what happens is Kraven attacks Norman. Peter rushes to change into a Spider-Man costume. He manages to break in because Norman tries to seal off Spider-Man, but Spidey manages to break in and saves Norman. He gets stabbed by Kraven's spear, which I guess possesses Norman's evil side. Apparently got drained out of him by Sin Eater. Queen Goblin absorbed it, and now it's in the spear, and so Kraven stabs Spidey with it, and so Spidey gets absorbed by it, and he becomes, people are saying he's going to become the Black Goblin. So it's very, oh my gosh. What is Marvel thinking with this? This is some of the dumbest storyline I've ever seen. Now, I don't fault Marvel and DC necessarily for repeating story arcs more than once. It's happened before because, you know, the new generation, the old generation comes out, the new generation comes in. The problem is people already remember some of the evil Spider-Man, like I said, introduced in Spider-Verse or seen in other media or even in the comic books. And now they're going to do it again. I don't know why Marvel and DC just won't get their characters back to basics, and especially with Marvel, with Spider-Man, we have to see this over and over again. So we saw One More Day and Brand New Day, which kind of reset Spider-Man after the Civil War. So Mary Jane's not together with Peter anymore. She's married to someone else, and so now they're just friends. Oh, and by the way, Mary Jane is a superhero now because a female character can't just be a regular person in Marvel anymore because of the social media whiners on who claim that they're fans of these products but then don't actually buy them. They go nuts and crazy, and it gets Marvel some likes for about a day, but then it goes back to normal. You know, it's such a shame too because, you know, a few over the last couple of weeks. Now I don't know if this YouTuber started this, but he was the first one that I noticed. There was this trend where sort of the fandom menace people, so real fans who like the original and like the earlier established lore, and I participated in this. They were tweeting out Peter Parker as Spider-Man, Miles Morales as Miles Morales, and we were showing evidence based on comic books, based on graphic novels that have been written, or YA stuff, and it's just true. We want Peter Parker to be Spider-Man. There's nothing wrong with creating a black character who might have the same vibe as Spidey. They could, with Miles Morales, who's also half Hispanic, but they could have just given him his own identity. But no, they wanted to do the right thing according to the politically correct um, social media accounts and make him also Spider-Man. And so he doesn't have his own identity, which in itself, to me, that seems more racist than not having any characters at all, because you're saying that I can't give a black character or a half black, half Hispanic character enough agency, so I'm going to use a white character's identity to give him agency. That's incredibly condescending. It's very rude and, like I said, just creatively bankrupt. And we see this with Marvel when it comes to Peter Parker. They can't just get back to basics with him. They want to keep doing these whole things. Oh, is Spider-Man really a good guy? Is Tombstone really a villain? Is Green Goblin really a villain? The reason I bring up Tombstone is because Peter Parker is dating the character's lawyer, and she tells him everyone deserves a chance. Tombstone is a murderer. He has killed literally dozens of people. Why should Peter Parker be interested in giving him a chance? It's kind of the same thing with the MCU, right? So Abomination, he has to have a chance in She-Hulk Attorney at Law. It's not just, never mind that he stole a scientific experiment, then went on a rampage through New York and injured and killed a bunch of people. No, 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 no. That's not enough to satisfy it. We've got to have these themes. Oh, there are some gray areas to explore. There's some gray areas that we need to look into. No, there's not. I just want to see Spider-Man beat up Kraven. I just want to see Spider-Man beat up the Green Goblin. I don't care about redemption arcs because we all know it's going to be temporary anyway. I'm sure by the end of this arc, what's going to happen is the good Norman, he's going to jump on Spider-Man and use some sort of magical artifact to reabsorb his evil nature, and he's going to become Green Goblin again. And then Peter Parker is going to feel all guilty because, oh no, I turned evil and now he's evil again. He had a chance. Never mind that Green Goblin, murdered Gwen Stacy, who was Peter Parker's first true love. Oh my gosh, are comic book writers so bereft of creativity that they have to go these very obvious pandering routes where I can even guess how the series is going to end? The original Kraven is going to come back. He's going to kill his clone son. They're going to steal from DC Comics and make Kraven young again. All this, we can see it coming. What Marvel and DC need to do is find people who can write amazing story arcs like the Sinister Six, like Spider-Man Chapter 1, like the birth of Venom, stories that had major impacts on the character and who they are. They need to stop getting into this gray area and trying to put Spider-Man with, the X-Men or the Guardians of the Galaxy. Just let Spider-Man be Spider-Man. Let the X-Men be the X-Men. Let the Avengers be the Avengers. I know continuity is a big thing with Marvel these days, but we need to stop pretending that this is good for the comic books. They're not. And the sales identify this. There is no disputing that the sales are above anything. They are under. They're having their lunch eating by manga and by independent comics. Places like All Caps Comics, Iconic Comics, and the Rippaverse Comics. They're making these huge, massive waves. And yeah, duh. Because I can start at volume 1 on Naruto and not get lost. How many times has Spider-Man been rebooted? Too many. Same with the Avengers. How many times has the Avengers been rebooted? Too many. How many times has my favorite character, Batman, been rebooted? Way too many times. It's just nothing but creative, bankrupt pandering to people who don't even read the comics. They need to refocus, reevaluate where they're going, or they're going to get left behind. All we want to see is Spider-Man beat up the bad guys. That's all we want. That's all we care about. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, that you'll leave me a comment and tell me what you think, that you'll share it out with your friends, and of course, consider subscribing to StudioJake. I cover all kinds of nerd and pop culture topics, including film, television, anime, comic books, and so much more. I hope that you'll also head over to my main website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where I have even more news, views, and commentary. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, head over to my locals page. That's studiojakemedia.locals.com. It's the best way to support me. I'm trying to build a little community there. I have exclusive reviews and articles, so definitely head over there and check it out. And I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.